There we go. All right, so what's going on, guys? I'm Nothing Delete. Welcome to our 3.9 Stellaris stream today. We're going to be playing the open beta, and so we're going to be looking at some new features. More specifically, we're going to be playing with the machines, and so let's go ahead and look at our game here before we get started. If you're just joining the stream, hello and welcome. And here we go. And so, yeah, again, guys, what's going on? I'm Nothing Delete. Welcome to the stream. This is our 3.9 open beta that we are going to be getting ready to start here in just a second. We are playing with a machine species. And today, we're going to be looking to see if we can turn some purged pops into cyborg zombies. And so already I have our empire here pulled up. We're going to play with the Omni and Link. I just went ahead and decided to go with warbots and driven assimilators, just so that we can set up an empire that will purge other types of empires if we have the option to. And so we're going to go ahead and just dive right into our game details next. We'll keep all this pretty much the same as what I usually run it on. There's a few things I set up here and there, but you know, we'll play on Admiral difficulty, Iron Man mode, blah blah blah. All that stuff's good to go. Let's dive into it. And so here we go, 3.9, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the first time you're seeing this, this is an open beta, and so there's a couple of new features here that we are going to be looking for. But if you got anything you're looking for in specific, let me know. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and get this thing started. And so here is our ring world with our machine species we're playing with. And for starters, I'm going to go ahead and select some energy technology for our machine empire here. We could probably get away with some pop growth speed. And let's go ahead and start the game off with some basic strike craft. Now, this is one of my nodes right now that is leading. And Karba, my admiral, already has a trait available. And so usually before the game starts, I like to just kind of get all this stuff knocked out. And apparently I get 2 traits. What in the world? And so we'll go with Resilient next as well. But, oh, it looks like they didn't have any traits at all. So, cool stuff there. And so, again, yeah, this is where we started at in the game. We are going to zoom out, and here's where we are in the entire galaxy. And so, wow, it looks like there's a few systems right next to us that are outside of the galaxy's lanes, I'm going to imagine. But, well, we're not going to worry too much about that right now. Let's go ahead and just start surveying around the map here and figuring out what is in the galaxy. And while I have my science ships doing that, we're gonna have my fleets move forward as well, and we'll start, I wouldn't say surveying, we'll just explore whatever's in this direction. Now I got the game going. We're gonna jump over here to our fleet manager next, and for my corvettes, we're gonna make a new design, because building ships right now is going to be a big objective for us. We need to get some fleets up. Other empires are not going to like us, and so we're going to change these picket ship designs. We're going to go with lasers, and this is going to be my primary class, or my primary corvette class. And here we have the Voltum Star Assembly, and so we've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization, and they must have been active in this region of space approximately 12 million years ago, judging by the age of the artifacts. Now, from what they have been able to piece together, our scientists theorize that these aliens, who call themselves the Voltum Star Assembly, were worm-like annelids, roughly 3 to 4 meters in length, that communicated with each other primarily through vibrations carried along their segmented bodies. And so we're going to say interesting there, and that's going to lead to our first precursor situation. Meanwhile, back over here with my corvettes, we got our main class here designed, and then I'm just going to do one little thing here. So I've been experimenting just with different builds. The picket ship seems to work pretty well, but I like to have a nice little mixture of different types of weapons and things like that. And so I wanted to add a missile class, just like the other one, but this one, instead of having lasers, we're going to be having missiles on this. And so, yeah, early on, I like to switch things up a little bit and make sure they all work together. Now, before we continue this, guys, if you have anything you are looking forward to in this stream here, be sure to let me know. If there's anything I could maybe do a little bit better, put it in those comments. Keep this algorithm going so that I can continue to give you guys some more Stellaris content. And so after that, we're going to go ahead and look at our first contact protocol here. And I'm going to say, yo, we should be very cautious. This will, actually, you know what? I'm going to go with first contact being aggressive, but we're not going to be really trying to attack anyone just yet. Maybe not yet. We'll see. But I mean, eventually the goal of today is to try to purge some pops and acquire a cyborg species. And so let me go ahead and get my leaders leveled up here really quickly before we do this. And I'm going to try the fleet organizer out this time around. And it looks like some of these nodes that we have, it's giving me the option to give them multiple traits. I don't know if this is something I did or an empire type that I selected, but that's pretty interesting there. And so back over here to exploring the galaxy. Actually, better yet, we got to do one last thing, guys. Sorry, I am all over the place right now, but let's sell some resources here so that we can buy some buildings for our home ring world. And so right now I have just about yeah, I got a decent little planet here that we're starting with. I'm gonna go for some unity first. All right, we're gonna try to go with the uplink nodes. These will turn our energy credits into unity. And the reason for that is because the mechromancy is a ascension perk. And so I want to see if it's going to be something that we can select. And apparently there's no prerequisites for it either. So we could just start with that being our first tradition. And so that's going to be the plan for today. But meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and continue surveying the galaxy. I want to see if there's any way we can get around this area. But if not, I think we'll be okay. And so I'm going to crank that speed up a little bit. We found a habitable world outside of my home world as well. And so we'll definitely be sure to survey in that direction as well. Let me go ahead and get a shipyard. Get a scientist here queued up in my shipyard. All right, so there we go. And we'll get another scientist here in a moment. But right now, we're just going to keep on surveying. We're going to keep trying to build up some fleets here in a second, which right now I have 3 corvettes of an older class. We could totally upgrade those here in a moment once we get more alloys for that. But right now, alloys are a little scarce. And if we want more ships, if we want more anything really, we're going to need more alloys as well as energy credits. And so I'm looking at that tropical world already. And I'm thinking in my head, you know what, that might be a good system to start surveying towards, and then possibly colonizing a planet a little early. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now we have an agenda to launch. This is the infinite opportunities agenda, and this is just going to increase our amenities even further now that we launch it. And next up, let's go for finding the voice. And so again, we want to get that unity going as fast as we can. We want traditions. We want to be a cultured robot exterminating species. And so again, if you guys are just now joining here, we're playing with a Gestalt consciousness, warbots, and driven assimilator as the civics. Actually, I thought I had it as determined exterminator, but we'll see what's up. I'm not sure with us being assimilators. For some reason I thought we had exterminators. No worries though. We'll be trying to again purge some Xenos, and so if we can, we'll turn them into actually, I'm curious if I'll have to see here, but I don't know if assimilation goes into the purging category or not, but we'll see what happens here. I'm very curious to see how this is going to work in this beta right now. And so here I have another node with another level up trait. Let's see here. We'll go with the node incriminator. There it is. And let's go ahead and start spending some more resources. We got enough energy credits right now. We have a Nexus district on the way. And so while that's being built, we'll go to our army here. And I have these hunter-killer armies. We'll get 5 of those queued up right away. And here it is, our first tradition. And so for our first tradition, I think we should maybe go down the let's go down the aptitude tradition tree. Let's get these leaders leveled up, and let's look at that. I actually want to see where that agenda is, or that, here it is, mechromancy. And so this says that biologicals are merely a different kind of machine. We can stimulate the appropriate synapses and reanimate these creatures for our own benefit. Now again, I wanted to play with a determined exterminator with this, but the driven assimilator, we'll see how this works with that. I feel like they kind of counter each other out, but again, we'll see if this works. For the effects of this agenda, I say agenda, I mean tradition, or even better yet, ascension perk, I'm sorry guys. Large slot weapon damage will be increased by 15%, the same with extra large slot weapons and Titan weapons. All right, and so all these increase the damage for those. And although, you know, you might want to pick this a little bit later on when you have bigger weapons or bigger ships, you can still use this even though you don't have Titan ships and things like that. The defeated organic leviathans can sometimes be resurrected. Purged biological and lithoid pops may be restored as cyborg zombies as well. And so this says that it requires an empty ascension perk slot, and finish a tradition group by adopting all its traditions, or research the ascension theory technology to unlock an ascension perk. And so that mechromancy is what we want to go for ASAP. And so, like I said before, we'll see how this works with us being a driven assimilator. Meanwhile, over here on this side of the galaxy, I'm going to actually send my science ship back here. It looks like we will not be able to see what's over here, at least right now. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea what it is, but we're not going to jump ahead of ourselves there. I'm going to have my fleets now. Looks like my other monitor here turned on. My bad about that, guys. But yeah, we're going to send our fleets up here. Now, this was kind of like newly introduced, but your fleets can explore other systems, and we have found a second planet, 2 worlds next to my home world, both size 20 plus. One is 23, the other is 24. And so we'll be looking to get those alloys up here in a bit, and getting ready to colonize probably both worlds sooner than later. And so, excuse me, guys, already my leader is just getting... Am I just leveling him? What's happening here? Okay, it looked like I could not select that that trait for my leader, but no worries here. We are going to get ready to expand our first base. And again, we're going to be working in this direction as soon as we can. We are going to be putting another point into aptitude. And so when we unlock this tradition, it says that we get 1 extra leader starting trait. On top of that, we get a, we'll look at the stuff that we get when we finish this tradition later on, but let's look at our first tradition in the aptitude tradition tree. And that's going to be software update. New and up-to-date programs ensure our leaders have all the necessary tools to perform as expected. Now, this will give my leader experience gain a plus 25% modifier, and we'll be leveling those guys up here in due time, I can imagine. Now, meanwhile, back here on my home world, there's a reason. I was wondering. I'm like, hey, we're getting traditions a little quick here. That's because we are getting these uplink notes up. And so we'll add another uplink node here, and then I'll get another building slot open as well. But with me building only buildings and, or only Nexus districts and uplink nodes, all it's really doing right now for my pops is it's taking my maintenance drones and sending them up here to the coordinator drone jobs. And so whenever I build those uplink nodes, we get 2 coordinator jobs. And that's where they go. With the extra maintenance drones, it'll increase our amenities and make our pops even happier. Okay, and so yeah, we got this thing still going here. It's we found some space zero. So does that mean? Okay, I thought the Shroud Walkers would be nearby. But no, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue expanding here in a bit. Actually, there's pre-FTLs. This is perfect, ladies and gentlemen. And so here's the world that we saw that was potentially habitable, and it turns out there are pops that live on that world. And so the sooner we can land on that planet, the better. And I'm going to go ahead and be putting those armies to use here in just a second. And so let's go ahead and add some more fleets, some more ships here to our fleet. We'll get a few of those queued up. We got 3 corvettes on the way. We already have 5 armies, and that alone should be enough, at least for right now, for us to invade that world. And so tune in here. We got some early game invasion getting ready to take place. We have found a L gate as well. We need another 103 alloys. Let's level up our leaders here, and by the time I finish that, we should have enough alloys here to let's go ahead and expand. There it is. And so let me go ahead and grab my armies as well. We're going to grab both science ships. I'm going to have them start surveying in unison here so that we can survey systems faster. And oh my goodness, it's kind of like a reward. I was getting ready to build some colony ships, but instead it looks like I won't have to worry about that. I can just go ahead and invade the planets here and not have to worry about building a colony ship. And so hooray here for machines, especially driven assimilators. Let's grab our armies now. We have 5 hunter killer drones. I want to check the armies on this planet. This is an early space age world, so we'll have to go ahead and probably queue up. Let's queue up another maybe 5, maybe 10 more armies, and we're going to get ready to invade some planets here, and we'll see if we can turn them into zombies. cyborg zombies at that. And so again, here we'll wait and finish building up these armies here in a second. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and upgrade these ships here while we can. We'll bring them back to our system, and we have found that L gate towards the top of my borders already. And so here we are. We got about 117 worth of troops here. This planet has about 152 troops garrisoned on the planet. Again, I'm gonna try to like maybe triple that. That way we can just completely overrun their armies. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first alien encounter here. Who is this with? Oh, we got the amoeba here. And so if I were to attack them, let's see what their fleet power is at. 680. We're at 412 right now. And so we'll build a few more ships, but we'll see if we can capture those creatures there, and what are the possibilities of us turning them into either reanimating them or turning them into cyborg. Are there cyborg amoeba? We'll be finding out here in a moment. And so we're gonna go ahead and expand our borders over here next. If I can, once I can. We're gonna get some alloys. We're gonna go ahead and start mining some of these other systems we left behind until we can rejuvenate some more alloys. But we have about 7 more armies to go. We got our fleet power up to, or our army power up to 156. Let's check out our ring planet right now. And it's looking pretty solid. The amenities dropped down a little bit because we probably lost 2 maintenance drones to the coordinator job. But we're gonna go ahead and build another uplink node. And I'm gonna build one of these. And then I'm gonna build a generator district next so that we can kind of counter out the energy credits that we're losing right now from all these uplink nodes we're building, because those uplink node buildings turn energy credits into unity, and so we'll need to balance that out here in a bit. Also, I want to take a look at the armies here and see what their details are. Okay, so these guys have an energy upkeep as well, and that is something we're gonna have to be careful with too. But here we are, already on our 3rd tradition tree in the aptitude tradition tree. This is the rise from the crowd, and so this says our maximum potential can only be achieved by manufacturing more adept leaders for the Empire. And so what this will do is it will decrease our leader cost by -25%, and it'll increase our leader pool size by 1. And so we have 2 more of those traditions to go, and we'll be able to turn other pops, potentially, other pops and other species into cyborgs. And so I'm gonna go ahead and move my armies down here right away. We're gonna go ahead and select another node trait here, and anything that increases that experience gain, or if it's decreases, I lost my train of thought there. All right, meanwhile guys, let's go ahead and move forward, and we're gonna go ahead and build some more. What are we gonna build more of? We can build a little bit more of everything. It looks like we got a pretty solid empire functioning right now. I could probably expand my borders over to that second planet there that we planned on invading. And so as soon as my armies merge here, let's see, how many do we have left? 2 more armies to go. Honestly, I feel like we could probably get away with invading this world now, and we shall. We are going to actually hold that. We're gonna wait for a second. Let's wait until we get the mechromancy ascension perk, and then we'll prepare to invade worlds. But right now we have plenty of armies. They're all getting merged together. Here in a second, I'm probably going to be looking to expand my fleet here in a second. And yeah, there we go. Perfect timing for field modulation. That's going to increase our energy production from our technician drones. And actually, I don't even know if that's what their names are, but we'll look at that here in a second and see what the jobs are on my planet for energy. Yeah, they're tech drones. Nice. Good stuff there. And so there we have it. We're getting a little bit more energy credits there. Let's go ahead and build another Nexus district. I'm going to go ahead and just build 2 more. Better yet, I'm just going to cash them out, because we have these other 2 worlds here we're getting ready to invade here in just a second. We have 1 more tradition to go. We just selected our 4th aptitude tradition, the preventative maintenance. And so this is just going to decrease leader upkeep by 25%, but through continuous system monitoring, we can manage everything from backup frequency to intensive repair procedures to get the most of our leaders. And so, yeah, that's going to be pretty fun here. Let me see how many months we have to, we have 16 months, ladies and gentlemen. And so less than a year to go in game, and it's going to be time to invade some worlds here. We have a pretty solid army here queued up, ready to go. We'll go ahead and merge the last army here with our grand army. And like I said before, as soon as we get that next tradition there, we're going to start invading pre-FTL species. And so I think we might go for, let's see what this world looks like. This world's in the Stone Age, and so this will be an easy world to invade later on, but this world has plenty of industrial districts. Nice. Over here, we have I believe it's a tundra or tropical world. There we go. And this world also has industrial districts, lots of them. And so maybe one of these we can designate to maybe get us some minerals here to balance out all of these resources we're about to be exploiting from these worlds, but we'll see what happens here. Meanwhile, my science ships are going to continue surveying. We'll see where this area of the galaxy leads us to. Let's see. Apparently we got a tile blocker that we can clear out as well, and I'm going to go for that. Where is it at? There's one in particular I'm looking for. Here, right at the top. Spiraling slums. And so if you're new to playing Stellaris, clear out that spiraling slums, and when you finish clearing this thing out, it is going to give you 1 extra pop. Not all tile blockers do that. That one does, though. And so meanwhile, we have completed I didn't see what technology we just completed. Basic strike craft. And so we'll be able to add this to our star bases once we start building those here and upgrading them in the future. Meanwhile here, you know what, better yet, I actually might, can I upgrade a base here?
Construction complete.
I was going to get a head start here and upgrade this base. We're going to do that now. There it is. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to invade pre-FTL worlds because we are completing the aptitude tradition tree. And so this says in-depth scans allow us to take preventative measures against malfunctions before they arise. Now the effects of this tradition gives us our leaders -1 maximum negative traits. And so that is selected. And now here it is, mechromancy. And so we looked at that before. We're looking at it now. We are going to go ahead and select it. And there it is. Someone asked me on my Instagram page if driven assimilators can select mechromancy right off the back. Yes, you can. I don't think there's anything preventing you from doing this. And so if you're playing with a determined exterminator, a driven assimilator, or just a regular machine empire, here it is. And so mechromancy upgrade has been installed. It says the successful installation of mechromancy protocols will enable us to reanimate certain deceased leviathans. Organic components are inferior to mechanical upgrades. We can engineer their flesh to produce a phasmal of organic life. And so reanimator functions have now been engaged. Let's give this a shot. And so here we go. We're going to go ahead and invade a pre-FCL world here. And let's see how this process works with driven assimilators. Will we assimilate them? Or will they be zombies? And so here it looks like it's a hive species. Meanwhile, let's continue expanding here. I see there's a planet with a habitable world. Another size 20 world. That is craziness. Meanwhile, back over here, let's look at these armies duking it out, and it looks like they stand no chance. And so there it is. Subjugating the pre-FTLs. Alrighty, apparently there's... Where are the pops at? Here we go. And so, yeah, they're not being assimilated. Or they are being assimilated, not purged. Huh. So there's a lithoid here, and there's two... Are these two different types of species? Let's go here and see what we got. And so we got half of them here. We could set them to... All pops of the species will be purged. Let's give this a shot. Now, better yet, we'll purge the other world we're about to head to. We'll keep this planet for now. You know what? No, we could probably get away with this. Here, let's give this a shot. Let's go ahead and let's resettle a pop from our home planet. Preferably a machine species. We have plenty of food right now, and so sending a... Actually, there's already machines here. Oh, okay. So there's already robots here. Unless they just moved over here really fast. There are. So I'm going to give this a try, guys. We're going to go ahead and start purging these pops and see if we can turn any of them into cyborg zombies. And so we're going to go ahead and change their species rights. The Ricari here, kiss them goodbye. We've now made them undesirables. And so let's see. There we go. Undesirables. They are now being purged. And I just want to see if they're going to be turned into cyborgs. Let's see if this happens. And so we'll come back to this in a second and see if we get any kind of alerts or anything for that. Meanwhile, let's grab our armies here and get ready to invade another world. And playing as an assimilator, I feel like, yeah, I would have rather went Determined Exterminator then, because, I mean, you're already assimilating pops. And so there's this empire that I'm playing with, guys. Do not take this as a recommended build for this, unless you want to. I don't want to tell anyone how to play their game, but for me though, I felt like this would benefit a lot more. And so all right, so we're gonna keep these pops being assimilated. Now, if I go to my species tab here again, I want to see if, nope, nothing yet. They're being assimilated. They're undesirables. And so maybe if we get around to like maybe 2 of these pops left, I'll start assimilating the rest of them. I just want to see if we are able to acquire any of them. And so the purging continues. The assimilation is just beginning. Let's bring our armies back. Oh my god. And we're going to go ahead and start managing some of these other worlds here in a second. So finding the voice, this is our next agenda we are launching. And we're going to go for leadership conditioning next. This gives our leaders some experience gain. And depending on their level, it just levels them up right away. And so let's keep this thing going here. We have another first contact encounter. Meanwhile, let's check up on this world, and we want to make sure that we have robots here already. Actually, I have a few of my... Are these cyborgs? Yes, they are cybernetic, so we already have a few of my species on this planet. Meanwhile, let's... Wait, what? There's a replicator job on this world. I wonder where that comes from. Where did I get a replicator from? I have no machine buildings on this world. That's pretty interesting. All right, so for this world here, we're gonna go ahead and make it I'll probably make this world a alloy foundry, or an alloy world. Actually, let's make the tropical world. Which one has more industrial districts? The desert world. So yeah, this world is going to be designated to build up our alloys. And I'll go ahead and designate that now. Meanwhile, for our other planet here, this is our tropical planet. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this world just yet. We already have mining districts. I could probably get away with clearing out some tile blockers, adding more mining to our planet so that we could pretty much juggle around our 3 main resources that we'll really be needing: energy, minerals, and alloys. The food we can kind of get away with right now. Here we have, let's see, we got some solar panel networks we can go ahead and start squeezing in. There and there, and we'll come back to our star base next. All right, so we have found another 2 colonizable worlds. We have another pre-FTL world here. These poor pre-FTL species. These tragic species. They don't realize the shenanigans they're about to get into. And so let's go ahead and select our next tradition here. We've already completed aptitude. And for our second tradition, which we are breezing through a little faster than I was thinking here, we're going to go for prosperity next. Let's increase those profits because right now my fleets don't look too strong. And I know that a lot of species usually tend to not like driven assimilators as much. And so let's see about... Do I have 20 out of 20 ships? Or are my fleets just being upgraded right now? Something kind of strange is happening here. We're trying to reinforce all of our ships. Yet I can't at the moment. And so I wonder if it's a trait my leader has. No? We'll copy up a template here. And oh, there we go. There it is. And for some reason, only 1 Corvette. Oh, that's because I don't have enough alloys right now. I didn't buy the alloys. My bad. My bad. There we go. We got more alloys, we got more ships on the way. And so, meanwhile, we're gonna go ahead and enjoy our new planets here. That let's check it up. I want to see. Are we gonna get these zombies on this world? Is there gonna be enough? We got 6 more pops to purge on this world, and we'll see if they become zombies. And I'm looking around right now for the traits that could mean that, but I'm not seeing anything just yet. All right, and so let's go ahead and go over here to... we don't need to add any more ships just yet. Let's go to our worlds here and start looking at these again. And so I see that we still have plenty of amenities. That lets me know we have plenty of pops working these maintenance drone jobs. Let's go ahead and build a... Let's just keep going all out on Unity. It seems like it's working right now. Meanwhile, I can't build anything else on that for a while, and so let's go to our next planet here. This is a new planet we just invaded. We have some undesirables here that we are purging at the moment, so I'm trying to get them to turn into zombies. But right now, still nothing yet. We have 4 more of these pops to go. And I'm wondering if they are turning into... Oh no, see, I think these aren't my main machines. Or are they? No, my main machines are the Omni. Wait a minute. Wait a second. I think they are being turned into pops. I think they're just being robots. Because both of these pops here are on this... All right, so let me see here. We have 56 pops. We're purging 3 more. We'll see what happens here. We'll see if it goes up to 59. Oh, no, it went down to 55. So they are being purged. All right, so it looks like we are not getting any zombies just yet. But what we can try to do is, I know that there are some amoeba here in the Guela system. And so we're going to go ahead and send our fleets here to actually, you know what? We need more ships. Let's build some more ships up here, and then we're going to send them to attack these amoeba. And I want to see if we'll be able to convert them. And so right now we know that they're in this system, and they have about a little over 600 worth of fleet power. Also, let's go to our government tab here. And we only have 1 edict that we can activate, but sure, fortifying the border, we'll get that squared away as well. We got 10 ships now in our fleets. We have an admiral. Let's send them here to attack the amoeba and see if we can potentially reanimate them. All right, and so it looks like we have a pop declining on our world. Okay, no worries there. We have machines growing on this planet, so we should be good. And to double down on this, we'll actually go ahead and get a machine assembly plant started on this planet. Now, with that being said, we're gonna go back over here to our Forge world, and cool, we have our alloy foundry building up. Now, we're gonna slow our roll a little bit on jobs here so that the maintenance drones can start coming in and increasing the amenities on this planet. But what we can do is we can go ahead and maybe build maybe 1, maybe 2 Nexus, and we'll come back to this world later on. Meanwhile, I'm looking at that Unity again. In 14 months, we have our next agenda. I always say agenda now. Our next tradition on the way, and I'm looking forward to it. What it'll be, I'm not sure, but I know that we have another pre-FTL world here as well, and I think I'm getting a pretty lucky start right now because we found Zro, we have found rare crystals, and we just found some dark matter in the galaxy. And so all of these things are wonderful. Meanwhile, I'm trying to select traits for my leaders here. Let's get some more work out of our machines. More energy credits from our technicians. And there we go. We just won combat against the space amoeba. Now, let's see here. Let's check our fleets. I want to see if we got anything out of that. And nothing. Tragic. The space amoeba died for our researching purposes. Now, if I had a science ship near here, I would have loved to research these projects. And actually, let me see if I can scope out this system here really fast and see if we can get some debris from that. Meanwhile, here we got a nice juicy system with 13 energy credits, 12 minerals, and we're gonna go ahead and start mining that system ASAP. Outside of that, everything else is looking pretty solid for the driven assimilators. No zombies just yet. Let's just double check that species tab. We're going to be spending a little bit of time here today. Again, I don't know where these robots came from necessarily, but we've completely purged all of those pre-FTLs off of that world. None of them were converted into cyborgs. And so we'll have to try this world next. Let's check out the planet, see what it looks like, see how many armies there are after we select our next tradition in the prosperity tree. And so I'm going to go with efficiency algorithms, and this decreases upkeep from jobs. That's a nice bonus there. And then for society tech, let's go with some more tile blocking technology. Let's clear out some tile blockers. Meanwhile, here, let's grab our armies, and yeah, again, I'm going to go ahead and just set them to land on this world right now, but I want to see how many armies are on this world. They got about 97 troops garrisoned on this planet, and so this should be another easy grab for my species. Meanwhile, we're going to be waiting for our construction ship to finish building a lot of mining stations right now, because this system has a lot, and we're going to go ahead and expand to this system next that has 2 more habitable worlds. But yeah, I usually turn down my habitable worlds in my game just to kind of make planets more valuable in a way. And here I think we're getting a pretty lucky start. Either it's a lucky start or it's just me playing with robots. It's one or the other. So yeah, we managed to actually survey that system. And again, no zombie amoebas. So we were not able to reanimate the amoeba. But here we have another chance to try to... we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up with this world. I'm going to decide what we're going to do with the species on that planet here in a second. But yeah, we want zombies. All right, so here we got another one of these uplink nodes on this planet. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. And we are generating a lot of unity right now as well. Another less than a year, and we will have another tradition here queued up. Now, for this planet, let's see. Here we go. We are invading that pre-FTL as well. Yeah, we got machines here, and I'm looking to see. Actually, you know what? Let's check out this invasion. Let's see what's going on. We have 1 army left. Kiss them goodbye. Our troops are now on this planet. This world belongs to us. And we'll come back to that planet in just a moment. Let's go ahead and level up our node here. All right, and let's go back to our new planets here. And so we have 30 pops being assimilated. All right. I'm going to start purging. Let's go to the species and let's set their rights. These guys have some actually not too bad traits. These traits aren't bad at all. Let's make them undesirables, and we will not be able to change this for... Can I not change it for a while? Oh, for 10 years. And so, yeah, I guess we can kiss this species goodbye. And so they're going to be purged for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get some pops here on this world. Just so that we can get started building some machines. And we're going to be needing some energy credits next. And so I think this world will be a perfect planet for more energy credits. I believe we don't have an energy grid yet. Oh, but bioreactor buildings produce 20 energy credits at the cost of 25 food. Now, I would like to build that, but I don't think right now is going to be the time for that. And so maybe we'll come back to that a little bit later on, but let's go ahead and start expanding some more in this direction. We are purging 30 pops. That's right, 30 pops. If we do not get a zombie from that, I don't know how we'll get them then. But we'll see what the chances are of us getting a new type of species here. And so we've already purged 2. None of them have become machines yet. We're at 88 pops total right now. We'll keep our eye on that as we keep this thing. Oh, here we go. Is it purge type? Extermination. I wonder if that... See, right now we're just displacing them. Let's try extermination. We'll see if that's purge type will change the chances of us getting a zombie version of them. All right, and so yeah, we got a couple of juicy systems up here. We got 24 society points here. Is this what I think this is? Oh wait. Oh, okay, so I thought this had the Tinyanki in it. If we found the Tinyanki graveyard, that would be so perfect. Oh yeah, look at all that. That is perfect right there. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and build a base over this. And this right here is what we want, all right? That is what we want. We went mechromancy, and this is what we find.
System survey complete.
Okay, and so yeah, we'll be working on this here in a second, but right now we're gonna be needing some more energy credits here because all of these uplink nodes, I can imagine, are starting to burn into those credits. And so I don't have a building for it just yet, but I'm pretty sure we got enough unity right now that we could probably slow down building jobs on planets or a ring world, Siphon. But here we are again, back at the tradition page. Guys, if you're just now joining the stream, welcome. We are trying out the 3.9 open beta. We've already selected mechromancy as our first ascension perk, and we're trying to turn pops into zombies, the zombie cyborgs. And so we're exterminating a pop. Actually, look at that. There's only 4 left. Oh, 4 are being assimilated. Who are these? What are these? So we do have some pops being assimilated right now. What they're being assimilated into, I'm not sure. Let's find out here. There it is! Ah! We have zombies, ladies and gentlemen. That is it right there. And so according to this trait of theirs, they'll produce 25% less, negative 25% resources from jobs. Their pop upkeep is reduced by 100%. They cannot generate leaders. They cannot be employed in ruler or specialist jobs, and they cannot reproduce naturally. Nice. And they're not affected by happiness. And so we have our first zombie species here. And it also says that the remains of a once proud sapient being, this husk is not suitable for much more than the simplest task. And so there it is. We have our first zombie species. That is epic. That is truly epic right there. On top of that, there's cyborgs. And so I wonder, I don't know if their leader, do they even have a leader lifespan at this point anymore? I'm not sure, but now I'm curious. Let's see if we have any zombie armies that we could build. And so we're gonna jump to our shipyard here. Let's go to our army builder. And okay, right now I still only have my primary machine army and then an assault army. But yeah, if we can get a zombie army, that would be sick. And so there it is, guys. We have zombies. We have zombies that are a part of our empire. The mechromancy is in effect. Now, next up, I want to attack this area. I want to take down as many Tinyanki as we can and reanimate them into zombies. And so let's go to our worlds here really quick. Let's get back to that good old micromanagement and get these worlds up and ready to sustain a diverse army here in a second. And so what I want to do here is actually want to sell some resources because we are losing a lot of energy credits at the moment. Actually, I got a handful of minerals here that I could sell. That should hold this over for a while. And this planet here is where I want pops to be working. I want technicians. And so we'll get this squared away here in a second. And there, now we're getting more and more zombies. More and more zombie species. That is excellent. And so when you purge pops, you have a chance to convert them into those zombies. And here we have even more. We have 8 zombies now. Another zombie added to the empire. And so that is a new trait for pops here. And guys, here in a second, I think pretty much all of my leaders are under the level 4. It says here, leaders at skill level 1 through 4 will gain a skill level. And so here we go. Bingo. That is going to be a lot there. Let's go ahead and select our next agenda before. I don't have any negative leader traits, so I don't need to select this one right now. But we'll go with favorite society. This increases complex drone resource output. And it says it. Oh, that's when we launch it and initialize it. So we'll get that going first, but let's get these nodes and our leader a trait here available. So let's go for that ship upkeep from the Armada Logistics. Let's see, resources from jobs could be kind of nice. More unity from jobs, sure. We are, I mean, I guess you could say intentionally rushing the unity here. We might as well just go ahead and quadruple down on that. And outside of that, I think we should be good here. I know we have a few more leaders here in the leader tab we're gonna have to look at. But let's see, what else do we have? Intrusive tools, that's that code breaking. We'll give that a shot. Let's see, look at all these leaders. Look at all these traits, holy moly. These are veteran leaders too, or veteran traits. All right, and so I'm gonna go for mostly the XP gain. There we go. Bingo. Let's also look for another place to put another base. Right now, I don't see any intelligent empires out there just yet, but I do see that we could potentially close off a bunch of systems up here. And that would help me a ton here in the future. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and continue here with our ring planets. I think everything's looking pretty a-okay. And guys, hey, if you're enjoying this stream right now, please leave a like and subscribe. If you want to leave a comment below after the stream, I'm always checking these things. If people leave comments, I try to answer any questions and things like that. And so I would absolutely appreciate your input. Let me know how you feel about the 3.9 open beta. If you have tried it, if you're not going to try it, let me know why. But yeah, meanwhile, let's go ahead and get this thing going here still. Next up, we're gonna go for what's our next? Yeah, let's just go for transcendent learning. This gives us an extra 2 leader capacity and 1 leader pool size. All right, and then on top of that, more leader experience gain. And so we want our leaders to think even harder about turning pops into zombies. Let's go ahead and also reinforce some more ships. Let's look at the progress of our energy world. This is our generator planet. We are assimilating 9 more pops, and that is good. That is very good. These pops are being turned into zombies. I think it's taking a little bit longer than it would just kind of like assimilating them, but still, yeah, here it is. Guys, earlier on, I was asked if driven assimilators can turn these pops into zombies. This stream answers the question. They absolutely can. They can. You can have driven assimilators and zombie cyborgs at the same time. And so over here on this Hatrum 4 world, let's hang out for a second. We got some room for pop growth right now. We need more machines. We already have a machine assembly plant here. I don't want to build too many of those just yet because they're going to start burning into my alloy production per month. And so I already have 3 of them up on 3 out of 4 of my worlds. There's plenty of jobs all over the place as well. Let's pump the brakes on the buildings for a second and start letting those pops fill in those buildings, because right now, you know, we have 29 jobs open. That's 29 income or upkeep that we're not really taking advantage of at the moment. But what we can do to get ourselves out of this energy credit deficit, excuse me, is we're going to upgrade another base. Better yet, we'll try to upgrade maybe 2 bases here, and we're going to squeeze a few more solar panels on. And this is just going to be a band-aid to a much bigger problem here that we'll have to look at later on. But yeah, we're going to be trying to get some more star bases upgraded so that, for starters, we can just plug in this energy deficit that we're losing right now. And we have found our first dig site. This is the 2-angled. It's our first archaeological dig site. We had the Voltum or the Vut before, or the Yut. I can't remember what the precursor chain was we had earlier, but we got a couple of things going on in this run so far. Let's go for uniform data standards for our next technology to research. And as you guys can see, this technology is taking quite some time. You know, we decided to go for traditions really early on, and so where we are absolutely crushing it with culture and traditions, we are absolutely lacking in technology. And so maybe on this world, you know, once we get our energy production up, maybe one of our other planets here, this one, you know, I kind of had it designated for minerals, and while we can still build mining districts on it, I could probably like swap out the buildings and this time around go with maybe research labs. And so let's go with research labs in this world. All of this stuff is going to be burning into energy credits. And so that's something we have to keep in mind here in the future as well. And let's go ahead and try to have more technicians than any other job. And so even that alone burns into our energy credits, brings it all the way up to -3. And on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and start building. We'll get 2 construction ships up because I'm going to be having my main. I like to have like 1 construction ship expanding our borders, and then I'll build maybe 2 more, and they'll start. I'll have them automatically construct any kind of like research labs or mining stations and things like that, so that the other construction ship can focus on expanding forward. And so, I see that we have another empire nearby. This system right here has a star base in it. I see more zombies, more pops to assimilate. This could lead to some more pop growth for my empire in the future. So with them being right at our borders right now, let's see what's up with these bases. We got 2 more bases up. Both of these bases I'll be adding solar panels to. I already built those on here? Wow. We still don't have enough energy credits. I think that should hold this over for a while though. And again, we just got to get some pops on this. Actually, you know what? Let's speed this process up over here. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and just resettle some pops over here. We have plenty of food, and so I can move my farmers over. And I want to make sure that those pops that we just moved here are going to be working that technician job. And so there we go. Now we're back in the positives for the energy credits. And yeah. Oh yeah, with those machines, man, they got a lot of things working towards energy credits. You got ships, stations, starbase, buildings, districts, jobs, pops, and amenities. But for us, a lot of those energy credits are going to our districts. Actually, our jobs and our pops right now. Jobs alone are costing us 68 energy credits by themselves. And so we're gonna go for that mining station output next. We have a lot of mining stations already within our borders. We're gonna be taking advantage of those by upgrading our technology and using that technology to increase our output of those resources. Meanwhile, back over here on the bottom side of our borders, let's go ahead and buy some more alloys again, and we're gonna go ahead and build another starbase here. Oh, here I have another solar panel that I can build as well, and we'll come back to that here in a second after I select my 3rd tradition. We are already on 3 traditions. And so for our 3rd tradition tree here, let's lean into Supremacy. Sure, why not? We're nowhere near our naval cap right now, but you know, it doesn't hurt to increase that naval cap. Just we could speed this thing up a little bit and get some more ships here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce a few more ships here to our fleets. We'll complete 1 fleet, and the second one we'll be getting started on. All right, and so I'm gonna go ahead and actually move my armies towards the border over here, since we have so much alien activity going on in this direction. Now, we don't want to make contact with them just yet. We just want to, we're aware that they are there. We don't plan on attacking at the moment. Nor do I think I can anyway. I think we do have aggressive first contact protocols, but I think right now we probably can't do anything just yet. Meanwhile, for me having 12 empires in this small galaxy, I'm doing a pretty solid job right now in our expansion phase. We have lots of systems under our control at the moment. We are expanding at a pretty decent pace right now. We got all of our ships here together doing their thing. Let's go ahead and get another admiral. Oh, there it is. And look at this. We have a plantoid species. There's xenophile, militarist, and materialist. I'm actually going to initiate friendly protocols with them. Doesn't mean that that's our intention. And so right now they're pretty hostile towards us, but I think with us sending an envoy over there, we could probably increase relations with them. And we have no chance of subjugating them. And so there you go. They've closed their borders to us. That does not seem very xenophile at all. And we're just going to have to try and increase relations with these guys right now. That's another source of pops right there. And so if we can get our army strong enough, we'll try to invade their planets next and acquire more zombie pops. Now, guys, if you're just now watching the stream here, we have assimilated some pops into cyborgs. In this case here, we have a few. Did they die? I don't know where my zombie pops went. Earlier, we had zombie pops. Actually, I think I know exactly what happened here. I think we had zombie pops. I don't know where they are. I can't even tell you right now. Well, apparently now we no longer have our zombie species anymore. We had them before. They had the zombie traits. Now, do they die? I'm not sure. But let's go over here and look at our worlds real quick. We got some room here to move some things around. We found another pre-FTL species. Where are they at? Where are the pre-FTLs? Actually, I think they're here. Yep, there's 3 pre-sapients. And so I believe you can assimilate pre-FTLs or pre-sapient species. There's a difference between pre-FTLs and pre-sapients. Pre-sapients, I would imagine them being more animal-like. No real intelligence. Just, I wouldn't say intelligence. No consciousness, pretty much. They use their instincts. They're wild beings. They're out doing their thing, and so not a care in the world here. We need some more pops. Actually, we got some pops starting to slowly come into this world and fill in some jobs. We're gonna make sure that they stay on this tech drone job. But yeah, this is what your zombies are looking like so far. It looks like I did end up assimilating them, but I'm going to say this: if you're playing with a species like this and you want that ascension perk that we selected, mechromancy, I would say go determine extermination, because with determined exterminators you can't really assimilate them. You destroy them, and with I imagine playing with a extermination kind of species. You'll be doing a lot of purging, and so that plays hand in hand very well with mechromancy. All right, and so yeah, we got these guys getting ready to declare us. They've declared us a rival. It looks like they do not want to increase relations with us at all, and that's absolutely a-okay. Let's go ahead and build a spy network on these guys. We're gonna learn some information about them, and so we have a spy network that has been installed. They've declared us a rival. We already knew that. And while they're doing all that, we're going to go ahead and increase our borders. We're like, cool story, bro. Low intimidation roll there.
Construction complete.
Okay, and so what else can we do here? We can actually go ahead and we've got our fleets moving over here. I don't have a lot of intel on these guys just yet. I'm going to close my borders to them. I'm also going to send them a nice little insult. And then after that, this gives me a very good idea, guys. And so I actually selected the Supremacy tree, and while I want to continue down it, there is another feature that is in this 3.9 open beta that I want to show you guys here in a second. And so, let's see here. We have about another 7 months. When those 7 months are up, I will show you this next feature. It's the perfect feature for the situation that we have right now, okay? For what's going on, for us having a rival this early on, it's absolutely perfect what we are about to do. And so hang out here for a second, get ready for another new feature here coming up, but we're gonna go over for that military buildup agenda next. We just finished the favored society agenda. This gives us our complex drones, more resource output, and we get the favored society agenda modifier for the next 10 years. All right, guys, so hey, tune in, check this out. Our next tradition, we're actually gonna jump from Supremacy over to this. Where are you? Where are you? I don't see it. Where is Anonymity? Ladies and gentlemen, I do not see the Anonymity tradition tree. Truly bizarre. Am I even playing a beta right now? I am playing a beta. We had zombies before, but I don't see that Anonymity tradition tree right now, and so I'm absolutely sorry about that. Don't mean to lead you guys on. I guess in this case here, we're just going to continue with the Supremacy tree for a little bit. And so let's go with decreasing that ship upkeep right now, because out of all my resources, the 2 that I want to have more of, I actually have the least of, my alloys and my energy credits. And so with us building a bigger fleet, it's going to start burning into those energy credits. When I select this tradition here, it decreases ship upkeep and increases naval capacity. My energy credits are at 13. Let's see where they go at the end of the month.
Technological acquisition success.
15. So not a huge increase, but no worries there.
Construction complete.
Okay, and so we're going to jump down here now, and this is where most of our expansion is going to be taking place for the next few years in this game. We'll go ahead and get that next base up, and this is a nebula system, and so that's pretty nice. Kind of hoping this leads to a dead end, but we'll get there when we can. Meanwhile, back on my planet, still lots of jobs open. Lots of jobs, lots of housing. Each of my worlds appear to be pretty stable. This world right here has a favorite society agenda trait. Nice, nice. But yeah, guys, I really want to show off that anonymity tradition, but I don't know if it's just not showing up in my game, or if there was something I did before, or even if machines. I don't know if machines are even allowed to. I feel like with machines having anonymity, that would be great, because there's so many rival modifiers in that tradition that I would really like to try out as well. But yeah, I did an update before the game started, so I don't know if that has anything to play in it. But yeah, here we're gonna go ahead and try to get this war started with these guys. We got violence at first contact. That's incredible. We're declaring war on them, and this is a sublimation war, or an assimilation. And so whether we win this war, lose this war, guys, I just want to see if we can invade some more worlds. We got a somewhat formidable fleets. Let's push forward and see if we can get a quick little victory here.
Construction complete.
Oh, and another empire's borders have went red towards us. Okay, I was like, we're only at war with one empire right now.
Hostile stationary asset engaged.
Oh, and this system has already been claimed by an unknown empire. So there is another empire over here. Copy that. All right, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and get ready to attack their first base. I'm going to bring my fleets in slowly behind them. And honestly, I feel like I was looking at this agenda earlier, and I didn't think I would want it, but I think I do now. There is a agenda called nihilistic acquisition, and being able to abduct pops, assimilate them on your world, is even better and safer than invading a planet. Oh, and so their fleet is actually superior. Holy moly. They already double our fleet power. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we're not going to be beating them. All right, guys, so we just lost that war there. Honestly, I don't want to end up getting completely annihilated right here. I really just wanted to show off the zombie traits. We saw it before. For some reason, I don't know if they just died away or if we assimilated them into machines afterwards, but we did have zombies before. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about zombies. Preferably pick them with a different type of empire, but if you want to assimilate them as well, it just seems like you have two different types of things that are doing the same thing. It's like you can assimilate them into cyborgs, or you can just not go the assimilation route. And I guess it could work together, but the choice is yours. I'm Alfie and Delete. This was our Cyborg zombie, just a little show of the open beta. Like I said before, if you got any questions, if you got anything you want to add, let me know. But until then, Alpha out. See you later.